Alright guys, thank you for your patience. One big, major, super important announcement. Okay guys. Bolu leveled up this year. It was his birthday.
Oh, yes.
So happy birthday, Hassan!
Happy birthday!
Thank you. I'm on the cusp of my 30s. I'm fighting to maintain my late 20s.
So, when you're in your 30s, you get additional perk points to spend every year. However, some of those are random rolls, and you just gotta take what you get. I'm sorry. But all the love for the ones you can choose.
Man, last time I rolled for the state of my knees.
Yeah, most of them just become like what bone hurts now.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Or how's that go? You can always the number of pops your body makes in the morning is how old you are.
Oh, I can make my ankle pop so loud whenever I want.
Oh my god, I wish I could do that. Mine is so involuntary, and we have wood floors, and I'll get up to pee in the morning, and it's just like gunshot.
Jeez.
Yeah, it echoes. Especially because the basement's empty, so I think it's just like a sound chamber down there.
So bad. It's already loud enough as it is, and now it just said, yeah.
Well, you're younger than me, right?
Am I?
I think I'm 27.
I'm 29.
You think
You're older than me? What year were you born?
In 1994. The last
You are older than me. Oh my god, by a year. I'm 1995.
Do you think he lied about his age?
No, I just don't know math that well.
Oh.
Whoa. We don't talk age here. We talk in levels, alright? Bolu's level 29.
Level 29,
right?
yes. I worked hard for that.
Worked hard for that. I mean, it took time.
How much time I spent in the dungeons grinding to level up?
It'll come back to bite you. Don't worry.
You do gotta grind for them levels. Alright. I think that's... Yeah, I mean, I've just been slowly releasing pieces of Nillian's journal as I've been getting them done. Which, for those of you that are new to the game stream, that is a piece of in-game lore that I read pre-editing. So, like, I look back on those episodes and I'm like, oh my god, I should really at least proofread what I write before I read it out loud.
No.
It's more authentic if it's not proofread.
Yeah.
That's the honest truth.
It has that natural flow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, flow, that's it. Oh, but yeah, so that was an in-game journal that I had fully written out for them. So it is chocked full of lore and history of the Stars of the Sovereignty universe from the perspective of, of course, Nillian. But yeah, so that's slowly been coming out. And yeah, I suppose with that, let's go ahead and roll right into it. Literally, let me get your D100 rolls.
Yeah.
Hey,
Give me a 1 or 100.
Nice one.
How shall I torture thee today?
Oh, that was a fudge.
Never mind. For a second,
Ooh, that's an interesting one.
Just straight 50.
Just straight 50.
Why'd you roll a fail dice?
I was curious what fudge was. It just said fudge, and I said that's not food. And so I rolled it to find out what it was.
I have no idea how to get it to work, but it's supposed to be so that the DM can lie about rolls that can happen.
Oh.
Why would the DM have to lie?
Okay, fudge,
What?
like fudging it.
The DM
yeah,
would never roll.
Yeah, what sort of DM lies?
Your DM would do that?
It's way more fun
Maybe.
when you actually listen to the dice. Okay, it's like, I don't want that to happen, but it's gonna be hilarious.
Maybe DMs that don't want to see their players cry sometimes, you know?
I don't think that applies here. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
it
tears
does.
are wanted.
I feel like crying is part of.
Yeah,
Crying's
we
a
don't
free
age in our
action.
Crying's a free action, but complaints require a bonus.
Richelle uses our tears to bathe to stay youthful.
Tears equal half an inspiration.
No, I'll take it.
Alright, so got everyone's rolls. Alright. Who would like to do the recap and or whom would like to do the recap?
I am always up for it, but I will let anybody else take it away from me if they want to.
You can go for it.
Floor is yours.
All right. I don't remember where we started, but I think it was in the morning. Last session, what had happened? I think we were in the setup of the party. We had just finished setting up everything, and the entire town had come to kind of just enjoy the festivities that Ruben and everybody else had helped prepare. During the whole ordeal, I know Hassad went around with his little trinkets that he found in the Vodalier's lair to figure out who might have belonged to these objects. The memory priest eventually told him that most of these people that had these objects had either passed away or just weren't people from around here, most likely. However, he pointed out one strange memory of a person trapped, being held captive by some brigands. Along with that, I think Hassad then talked to some other people that also mentioned about brigands that weren't too far away from here. During that as well, Karvat, you just kind of socialized last session, if I remember right?
Well, there's the part where he scared Ruben. Karvat scared Ruben. He went and hid inside the house for a while.
What did I do? Oh, right.
You drugged me.
I
drugged
you.
Ruben had to learn a
remember
lesson
that.
about.
That wasn't even
I
like why that
drugged you.
happened, but yeah.
Yeah. So I remember that now. Okay, Oleander told me that she couldn't sleep. I was asking if that's true or not, and then secretly Ruben tried to use magic. Karvat then shamed Ruben for doing that justfully. And Ruben went and sulked inside, punishing himself for misbehaving.
No, Ruben asked Karvat about what he thought about like experiencing deja vu, and Karvat was like, I don't really know if that applies here, because look at what I can do, and showed him his blade recall.
Yeah, the blade recall.
And then Ruben was like, I don't
mind.
know how anything works anymore, and then went and sat in a dark room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot
I
of
wrote,
things happened.
Ruben is shooketh.
Then I remember Oleander came in and talked to me for a little bit about that to try to reassure me. The festivities then went on. Ruben kind of just stayed inside and kind of cooked and was continuing to get meals sent out using his unseen servant. Then Oleander eventually collaborated and got a bunch of people that really enjoyed the feast to go and keep me some company in the kitchen. After that, I think we then got into a conversation with the memory priest, and I showed them a interesting dish that I had just come up with. Well, I came up with two, but I'll talk about the other one later.
Alderman, right?
Alderman,
first?
right.
No,
Alderman.
only alderman.
Oh yeah, the alderman got elected too. Correct.
Yes.
The new alderman for the town got elected, which ended up being our lovely friend the hunter. What was his name?
Cessius the hunter.
Cessius the hunter.
one of the guys that was friends that helped to try and poison the memory garden was gonna go for it, but I got him. Well, I stopped him from doing that, and then talked to Cesius about making him like an aide.
Yeah.
So he could learn some responsibility.
But like I was saying, we were all talking to the memory priest, and I showed everybody that new dish that I was kind of working on that helps unlock memories of people to other people. And Hassad got really mad at me because I just, without asking him, I just cast magic on him. The memory priest told me that was interesting, but then I ran off to go to try to apologize to Hassad, and Oleander then scolded me to be more responsible with my magical power.
Yes.
And I think that's about where we left off. I think Carvat's still with the memory priest, and me, Hassad, and Oleander are kind of like off to the side, maybe closer to the house, just kind of.
You did forget the most important part.
Oh, right. The second dish, which was I had been working on in secret for a secret dish of Hassad that I knew he really enjoyed meat, so I made him his own type of special jerky, and he dubbed it as beef jerkin off.
Because his original idea, beef stroganoff, he was told it was taken.
Yes.
Beef stroganoff is that's too much for this channel.
It's already a dish.
It's already. So we said, well, it's a jerkified beef, so I guess we'll call it beef jerkin off. Beef jerky for short.
Alright, I'm out of here.
And we're done.
And I think that required us to bookmark last time.
Yep, that sounds about where we bookmarked.
Yep, this checks out.
I am both sorry and apologize for nothing.
I can't wait to bring it up every time I get an opportunity to.
Perfect.
And I just picture Ryan in the audience. Oh my god, that's not...
Why is this still happening?
I believe it was, and I quote, "Please don't call it beef jerkin." But we couldn't read that because, of course, in the chat it was censored.
Just like, please don't call it what? What? Oh, we'll just call it beef jerkin off.
Off. We have fun, guys. We have fun.
All right, Ruben, go and give yourself a point of inspiration for that. Mm-hmm. And Hassad, you also get a point of inspiration for it's your player's birthday.
Yay!
Woo!
So Liam, remind me the last interaction you had with Memory Priest, but because I remember you asked him a very important question.
I think it just
was asking about you.
And I was just like, hey, Stremdry, I think I don't know what's going on with me, but we need to talk. I think that's all I said. Did I mention something specifically that I'm not remembering?
I don't remember you making it to questions.
Yeah, I believe Stremdry was taking the lead on the
I think we kind of cut it right at just like Stremdry.
It was like, oh no, these two are finally in a room together. All right, it's going down, guys. All right, there we go. All right, I just want to make sure.
Carvat's been like slowly cycling through the party, just sort of spiraling towards Stremdry the whole time. It's like, I don't really want to be here, but I just need to talk to him. And oh no, okay. Finally made it happen.
So yeah, if memory serves, the three young hooligans are out and about playing with the other kids, and the adults are still at the table talking, and that'd be you and Stremdry.
Oh god, Carvat's one of the adults.
My friend's doomed.
He paid for the hotel room, so he's automatically an adult.
I mean, you're the de facto leader.
Yeah, he's pretty responsible with money.
Did I leave the table?
Did you?
Yeah.
Thought,
I'm pretty sure I scolded you, and then you went after Hassad, and
No,
I
I think-
stayed.
No,
I think we were all together.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have Oleander and Hassad explain like the transgression of. So you guys were
Got it.
The
Okay.
three of you were in
Cool.
the same space.
All right. So yeah, it's later in the afternoon, almost getting into the evening. Some of the locals have begun to filter home. Some are, of course, staying and enjoying everyone's company. New Alderman Cessius is most definitely struggling to maintain social battery. And then you three are off doing, you three do best, just pure shenanigans. And, so at the table, essentially in a quiet corner of the meadow, is Carvat and Strumtree. At this point, everyone's just kind of nibbling on stuff, sipping on stuff, but everyone's at, max capacity in terms of food and drink. Carvat, you pull Strumtree aside and say that you have concerns, essentially. And so he turns back to you and he says, yeah, what's going on? What can I help with?
Well, I mean, just before we get started, have you tried this new jerking off beef? It's really good if you just get some of this white cream on the tip. Yeah, get the mayo on there. I like that she muted herself, not me.
Gee.
GM has left the game.
No,
he just sits back and he says, "Oh my god, I can't take another bite. My mouth is so full."
That
happens. No, sorry. Yeah. Well, I know Oleander had their own reason for coming here, but I take along with the group because I don't really know what I am, where I'm from. I can't remember much. I was hoping a memory priest could help, and I've been trying to find one for a bit, but yeah, sometimes when I touch stuff, like the memories are like part of me, and I don't understand why that's happening. Does this make sense? It's hard to explain because I don't quite get it myself.
It does make sense in terms of your symptoms, so to speak. But why you're experiencing them, it could be just as simple as you have this aptitude, but you're also, with all due respect, he's like, with all due respect, you're strange. You don't appear. You seem like you're put together.
Yeah, I mean, that's fairly obvious. There's like still the marks. You can kind of tell. I remember a little about that, I think, but all I know now is I think I'm being chased, and I'm not sure why.
He's like, alright, well, let's test your scrying ability first. And we can see if you're touching objects and getting flashes of memories, you do feel them inside of you. You do experience them like they are your own. But sometimes they can also trigger your own. Especially if you're struggling, you don't have clarity right now. It can be very difficult to discern which is which. But let's see how accurate and how deep your ability can go, if you don't mind. Of course, if you're not up for it.
No, it's it can be kind of stressful, so I mean, if I pass out for a bit, just I guess move me somewhere else. But I was walking through the garden before and was touching stuff, and a lot of battle memories came back, and now I can do this with the dagger, and he throws it and just it comes back again, or it's back again. It never left in the first place, but I don't know if those were related. It's all, I think sometimes the memories, I don't know if I'm remembering my own things or like memories are attaching themselves to me. But yeah, let's, maybe if we go together, that'll be easier.
It's like, he's like, that also was cool as heck.
Right? Isn't it, though? I just figured it out and I can't stop.
And he's like,
yeah,
it was in your hand, and then you threw it, but you never threw it. That was actually pretty cool.
Still in my hand, right?
He's gonna be like, yes, let's go to the garden where it's a little bit quieter, and I can definitely walk you through it and pull you out. If things get too tough for you, you just let me know. So you guys end up walking to the garden. A couple of people were originally going to join along, but Strumby just, kind of motions, and lets them know, please return to the festivities. So you guys should have relative solitude. Actually, I'm going to roll, why don't you roll me a stealth real quick?
My stealth?
Either a stealth or a performance.
Oh, definitely stealth.
So you guys successfully make it out of the party without getting, like I said, a couple of people tried, but they respected Stromdry's wishes and left you and are leaving you two alone in relative peace. So Stromdry's gonna essentially pull you into one of the sitting areas in the garden, and he's gonna be like, honestly, I don't know this garden that well yet. So let's start with one of my own. And I'm gonna trust you with this information. And, this is kind of calling back to helping with the poison in the forest a little bit, where he's like, shh, he's just like, but I know what's scryed on this, what's written on this very intimately. So you tell me what you see. And he essentially takes off one of his, underneath his sleeve, he has a couple of cuff bracelets. And he takes one off and hands it to you. And he's gonna ask for your hand. And you hold the bracelet in the other. Mm-hmm. And he's gonna tell me what you see. Go ahead and make a roll. ... Hold on. I want to say Arcana, but let me just take a spot check real quick. I will accept either Arcana or History or Insight. What you laughing over there, Ruben?
Sorry. Shenanigans are ensuing.
It's like tea in my face.
Alright, I'll do Arcana. Ooh, that's a good one.
Wow. Alright. So, now, understanding a little bit more, after Stromdry started explaining stuff to you, what was going on, you were able to focus on the task at hand a lot better, not being as blindsided by what was going on. And knowing also that it was about Stramdry, you were essentially able to dive right in. And at first, you get a feeling of acceptance of home, and all of a sudden, the clouds start to form, and you're walking alongside Stramdry. And you're in this just enormous town. Like, the houses are enormous, the doors are enormous. You feel dwarfed. Even though Stramdry is somewhat normal sized, so to speak, he's short. He's the short one of the bunch. Definitely a lot younger than what he is now, too, but either way, he is so much smaller. And you look up on this huge mountain that is just billowing smoke right down the street. It's just, you're taking in all these sights, and you see Stramdry and realize that he's excited because he's going to school. And he's going to go hang out with all of his friends and the whole 9 yards. And you walk through this memory with him, and you do hear his narration as you guys are walking through it. But eventually, the memory keeps going until his first day of work. He already graduated, he's going out in the real world, and he gets assigned to a town outside of Tirnalfheim, outside of the capital. And this town, he starts seeing his people just getting, censorship, not treated very well, and forced to work, and they're not allowed adequate living conditions, they're not allowed adequate nourishment, and they're not even allowed names in this town. And right around there, go ahead and roll me an insight. Okay. Right around there, Stramdry pulls you out of it. And he's gonna be like, how do you feel?
Let's see. Yeah, not I think I saw everything clearly, but my this eyeball, is it bigger than normal? It feels the wrong size right now. I don't know. But I saw you, or I was you. You're going to school, and then you're going to work, and then you saw all of your people just being treated so horribly, and then then you took the bracelet back, but
he's gonna be like,
whew, it was a lot. I'm sorry.
You'd be like, no need. No one said memory scrying was easy, because you take on more than your own consciousness when you do. That's where memory priests train as hard as they do. But you did go a lot deeper than I anticipated, and I do apologize. I should have pulled you out shortly before that, knowing what was next. To be like, I put it there, and because I've been trying to bury it. And there's only been so much I've been able to do about it. It's hard to carry that one. So I do apologize to you.
No, it's. I think it's good to see how other people are treated. It helps.
There are
even the playing field a little bit.
There's definitely different sides to every story. It's going to be like, now, so you clearly have some aptitude for memories. Are you ready to see what we can tell about you? Do you have any tokens from before you lost your memory? Or is it just you?
I think it's just me. I don't remember ever owning anything before I stole it, I guess. I don't. Like you said, I don't even know really what I am. It's so many pieces.
Okay. I will accept either a perception check or a survival check.
Good, good.
All right, so Strandry asks you to essentially point out all of the parts of yourself that are different, and you describe, you show them and describe them within reason, those that you know. And he's like, of course, do you mind? And just, about an inch from your skin, he just starts holding his hand over different parts of your body. And at this point, you do float in and out of consciousness. You experience a waking dreamlike state to where so many things are flashing. You're retaining some of it, but at the same time, a lot of it is slipping away, but you're experiencing all of it real time with Strandry. And this whole experience does really take a toll on you, mentally, which does bleed into physically. But when he's done, he kind of pulls you out of that dreamlike state, and kind of nurses you mentally back up to health. And go ahead and roll history, because he's going to ask you how much you remember. Because reasons. You guys are going to compare notes for this. That's essentially what's going on.
Sure. It was on a 20.
You know what? All right, I don't do this all. Carl, you want that inspiration?
Oh, can I use his inspiration?
You can.
Yeah.
If he is gifting it to you, you can.
Yeah, I'm gifting it. Yeah, I took it off of my character sheet. I was gonna save it for later, but no, that seems important.
It is better. Thank you.
Can
Sorry,
I also gift my inspiration? You have my axe.
You
We're gonna do this.
You're gonna do this.
This is teamwork.
Lend Carvat your energy.
Can I roll a third time?
You may.
Oh, all right. Let's see. Come on.
Natural fun.
There we go.
Yeah.
At least they steadily got better.
We combined our powers.
Are you saying that by our powers combined, using the power of friendship, earth, water, air, and heart,
beef?
Guys, we're my favorite anime now.
Don't just watch it, live it.
Captain Planet?
So, Stormtree just confessed before you guys start comparing notes that it also took quite a bit out of him. He's like, what happened to you isn't just aesthetic. You were kind of, it seems like you kind of knew this from the get-go, but you're pieces of multiple people. And I think that makes total sense why your memories are shattered and scattered. And he does take a moment to collect himself. He's like, you're honestly beyond my power, but it's not outside of the realm of possibility that if you were to find, people like my mentor, or go to the Hall of Memory in the capital and speak to one of the higher priests, that they could help unify you and make it to where it's not such a struggle every day, if that is what it is for you.
Most days it's okay. It's just every once in a while something will happen, and I can't put it together with the rest of my life, and it just sort of everything falls apart. But yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense. I guess they're not supposed to fit together. I'm not one cohesive puzzle. It's too many different pieces.
To be like, and one of your pieces isn't even from our time.
What? What's it?
And he's gonna be like, a part of you is at least 300 or 400 years old. They were back in the early years of the Civil War.
That's how is something like that even still around? How am I part of that?
That I cannot glean, but on your stitches, just pure, vile, intense, and morbid curiosity. Whoever did this to you, all I saw was just a shadow from them, from your stitches, from the memory of your stitches. They are... Oh, and he just kind of shudders, and he's like, I don't think you're the only one that they've done this to either.
I mean, it's a little comforting, and it's also terrible. I wouldn't want someone else to have to live like this. Maybe I should try to find them. Maybe we can help each other.
That's very possible.
I mean, they have to also be on the run. I don't really know why, but every time I stay anywhere for any amount of time, people try to get me.
That's not just because you're... That's not just because you're an oddling?
I mean, part of it might be my profession, but the profession more came as a result of having to just lay low everywhere I go.
People do not accept what they don't understand very easily. You have my sympathies on that. After
seeing your past, I may have it rough, but I mean, everyone's got their own things going on. I can't even. I only experienced a small part, and I can't believe that you had to go through all that. Yeah.
Be like, yeah, what you didn't see. As much as I'm. Once again, I apologize you saw that in the first place, but that is not an isolated incident. And that was 70, 100 years ago.
Well, I'm sorry you had to go through that.
But
yeah.
After, you two essentially connect and sympathize with each other on really deep levels. He's gonna be like, my recommendation would be, you guys already mentioned possibly heading up to the capital. While you're there, you can, he's gonna say Master Vazran.
Like the V or a B?
V. Hold on.
Well,
He's like, I haven't spoken to him for a few years now, but he should still be assigned to the memory hall in one of the lower sections of Tir Nalfheim. He's gonna be like, there's a couple in there, but if you go up into the higher levels of Tir Nalfheim, you'll find entry into those areas difficult. That is one of the reasons where my Master Vazran, likes staying in the lower levels, because he likes being where people can reach him for help. And also...
Yeah, I'm not sure how welcome some of us will be in the capital, but I think it's where we're going to have to end up eventually, so... I'll definitely look him up.
He might be able to help you, get a stronger lead. Perhaps a little bit more information, lift the veil on whoever's chasing you, and made you. They are one and the same. But I do apologize. I can't get any more than that.
No, it's more than I had before. Every piece is something. Plus, I mean, there's more like me, which I can't even fathom.
He's gonna be like,
for the longest time, I thought I was the only one.
I can't say for certain that there are, or if they're even okay. But what's been done to you, there's no way that you're the only one. This is something that you practice over time.
Mm.
And, dang it, I just had it. Hold on. Don't move. Don't breathe. I just had it. Oh, that's what it was. He's gonna be like, what I can tell you is when you run into fractured memories that are, let's say in a talisman, and he's gonna give you back the bracelet, but Strumdry's he's gonna wave his hand over it and he's gonna walk away. Just, you can still see him, and then he's gonna walk back, and you notice as he walks back, the talisman starts to glow. And Strumdry's gonna take it from your hand, and it glows really brightly, and that light actually flows into his hand as he reclaims that memory. He's gonna be like, you'll know when you come across something that's connected to you. And he's gonna be like, or other parts of you. But he's
I am just parts. I don't. So
he's gonna say the you that I'm talking to right now, the you that you are now. You don't have these memories yet, but he was a really good man.
Well, that's good to hear. I try to be as good as I can.
And he's gonna be like, you don't try. You just are. Aside from your survival profession of choice.
Well, even it's more of a steal from the rich and keep it for myself.
He's like, hey, one has to do what one must. Especially in the face of lesser justice.
Yeah. Don't take from those that can't afford to give, I guess. I mean, I guess this is open to interpretation, but
And he's gonna be like, I see you doing just fine in the capital as long as you're not too out in the open.
there's no worry about that. I just stay as hidden as possible. Well, thank you. This was extremely helpful, and you're also an extremely good person. And, I don't envy you what you're gonna have to put up with here, but I think it'll work out. I hope it does.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, well, I certainly wish you well on your travel as well, and obviously from what you've seen, this is kind of a good deal.
Yeah. I'm gonna go find a dark hole and lay down in it for just 6 to 10 years, or whenever someone finds me. Yeah, I gotta recover from all this, but thank you. It was totally worth it.
It's me like, I'm happy to be of service. Means be like, yes, lots of sleep recommended. 6 to 10 years might be a little overkill, but
We'll see. And so yeah, Carvat will walk off, and do I see the other group around?
Yeah, what is the other group currently doing? Or have been doing during that time?
I mean, how long did their thing take? I don't even know.
You guys do you. And
Okay.
Carvat will pop in when he wants.
Alright, so, I don't know. I mean, everyone's kind of finished up eating, so I would just be having my unseen servant kind of be cleaning up things. What about you two?
If we're cleaning up, I can probably wash dishes since I can just
Just
make water.
I mean, because of the unseen servant soon, I'd probably be trying to just kind of show people some magical tricks, like shooting off a firework into the air and having it go
classic
or something.
handoff.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because I got prestidigitation that I would use and stuff like that just to kind of just entertain some people. And maybe I think I have. Oh, I don't. I'd probably use mold earth to make different, almost like sandcastles for people. I'd just take requests and just have it kind of shoot up into the ground. Be things they want to see or something like that. Someone yells out, "I want to see I forget what that bear thing's called."
10B?
10B.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see a 10B and just make a 10B. Yeah, Hazard, what are you doing?
I think Kassaj is probably helping lift any heavy things that are left that just need putting away. He can't see the unseen servant, so he's giving a hand with the cleanup.
They're not
particularly
completely...
helping with the large bones of the
Of course, just occasionally, just a little, just otherwise helping clean up in his own way.
I mean, it says an invisible, mindless, shapeless force, but I do describe it as a golden powder, so they do have an outline to them.
What's all this powder in the air?
Alright. But yeah, that's kind of just really what I'm doing. You know what? I would actually probably, seeing that Oleander's helping the unseen servant, I'd go over to Oleander and just ask, "Hey, did you ever talk to the memory priest about your pearl?"
No, but I also know that Carvat needed to talk to them. I was giving them the opportunity, and I'm waiting to see them come back because I doubt it's going to be as simple as talking to one person. Make sure that they're okay.
Do you want to go check on them while I, keep having the unseen servant? Like, you don't need to help them. They're fine.
Oh, sure. Let me go see if they're done, or if I can find Cravat and make sure that they're okay.
Roll investigation.
Ooh, can I cast guidance?
You may.
Yeah, finally.
I was gonna say you sounded particularly excited about this.
I've been waiting for a moment to cast it. D4. So 15. Before you go, I'm like, hey, did you try this beef jerkin off?
It's particularly good when
I
dipped in
haven't.
mayonnaise.
Do you mind if I take a piece?
Yeah, here you go. I give you a piece, and then you
I'm
go
gonna
find.
start showing it and be like, "This is really good meat," and walk off.
I feel like that's high enough. You just sort of see Carvat, like, he's sort of looking for you as well, but just is real dazed. He's sort of just wandering around that perimeter of the property by the woods, just sort of like taking a few steps, looking around, leaning on a tree for a minute, just like, oh, gosh. All right. Gets back, starts moving around again.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to Carvat and I'm gonna be like, I take it was a little more than you were expecting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a lot. It wasn't. I expected it to be a lot, and it was still
A lot
so
more
much.
than a lot.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, the Strimdry's free. If you wanted to ask about your pearl, I need to go lay down. I don't even really need to sleep, but I need to lay down.
How about this? Let's go find a place for you to sit.
Perfect.
I can put you in the dark for a little while.
That would be amazing.
Cool. And we just need to make sure you're next to like some sort of object, like a rock or something like that. Which is probably better case anyways, because then you can like lean on a rock while you sit or sleep.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Thank you.
Cool.
And I will need you. So we'll follow Oleander, but I will need you, Carvat, to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, good.
Perfect.
Super great at wisdom saving throws.
Always
We already
succeed with
used
those.
all of our extra inspirations, so just a normal 12.
Natural 20.
Yes.
Alright. Oleander.
Cool. So I don't know quite where we ended up, but wherever we end up, I'm going to cast Gloom. It's a cantrip. It'll last an hour. But it'll essentially change the level of light for everyone in the area. So people should, in general, probably just avoid it. Because it'll turn bright light to dim light and dim light to darkness. So since we're heading towards nighttime anyways, it should just look like an extra dark spot.
Okay.
Spell.
Some privacy.
Yeah,
Chivalry
he's
isn't
just
dead.
yeah. Immediately just kind of half passed out next to a rock in the forest.
Man, the forest looks extra spooky today.
Then you walk into the darkness and find this weird stitched together man in a cloak. It doesn't get better.
Are they close enough that I can call it to like Ruben or Hassad and be like, Carvat's resting?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna let them know, and I'm gonna point towards my little like bubble of darkness because it's not very large, but it is like an extra dark spot for everyone, right?
Yeah.
I'll be like, that's only gonna last an hour, so if he sleeps past that, just be aware that he's going to be out in the open, which will probably make him uncomfortable when he wakes up.
Right.
I turned to Hassad. I'm concerned about his safety, but I also don't want to go in there.
He's probably fine in there. Probably just can't handle his red wine, you know.
I guess.
So we'll checking on him in an hour, see how he's doing.
And I'm off to find Strimbury.
Cast light so I feel more comfortable. Or no, I don't have light. I cast dancing. No, not in the gloom. I cast dancing lights around me so I feel more comfortable in the darkness.
I keep wanting to call him Strawberry, and that's not his name.
I have written Strawberry in my notes like
I
3
mean, you
different
can
times.
call him
and I have to
Strawberry if
delete
you
it,
want.
and
He
then
might
type
correct
in
you.
Strawberry.
Yeah.
You guys
Could
were
be like a
supposed to
quirky
know
Adam.
his namesake. Just I feel like a strawberry right now.
Listen, he feels like a strawberry person, okay? He's got strawberry vibes.
What are strawberry vibes?
They're like
Is that like
pretty
Polly
and
Pocket
kind of.
stuff? Or
Oh,
It's kind of like watermelon
I guess you
sugar,
could
but
go-
strawberry.
sort of the
Yeah,
opposite of
they
Polly
mix well with
Pocket.
banana.
Dresses in a lot of red with like little black spots all over him.
No, sweet, kind of pretty in their own way because they start as like flowers, right? Takes a while to bloom into what they were designed to be. Like
These
he
sound
gives
like
off.
a lot of backhanded insults.
No.
Beautiful in their own way, takes a while to bloom.
Okay, not everybody likes strawberry flowers, but have you
Fair.
seen them? They're gorgeous. I think they're gorgeous. But like they start as flowers, but they're supposed to be fruits, right? So like it takes a while to grow into like the fruit. And the fruits are like very sweet with like a little bit of tang, like strawberry vibes, y'all.
I'm down. I got it.
Yeah.
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
Accepted.
We're picking up what you're putting down. Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Perfect.
All right, so
I'm off to find strawberry then.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
did.
wrote Strawberry again.
You did get a
Perfect.
half-dazed point from Carvot. And you saw what direction he was walking in from, and so between the two, you find Strimbury still in the garden, still in that little sitting area. Roll insight.
Insight. Okay, cool. Oh, I don't have a modifier for this. This is interesting.
It's meh. Not good, not bad, just meh.
It's there.
It's a 10. It's, yeah, so you do see that Strimbury is either troubled or also exhausted. This does kind of make sense because you did know that Carvot needed to have a hard conversation with him. But he does seem in spirit, and as he sees you walking up, he's gonna be like, "Oh, lass, how is your evening going?"
It's going fine. I haven't really had any issues. I'm gonna like surprise hug him, and I'm gonna be like, "Thank you. I know that this is like new to you having this position, but I know how much it means to Carvot, and I know that it was a big deal for him, and both of you look absolutely exhausted. I don't know if you're up to it now or if you'd like to do it later, but I had my own reasons for coming here as well."
He's like, "Consider this my way of saying thank you for everything you guys have done for me here, and done also for these people. You guys have done amazing things here, whether or not you were trying to." He's like, "So any way that I can help you, I would be happy to."
Well, you know nothing of where I've come from or anything, but I didn't really grow up with anything. I grew up in an orphanage, but somebody gave me this pearl. I can't quite, like, talk to it, but it gives off, like, messages and kind of, like, feelings and whatnot. A stranger just gave it to me, and it kind of, like, urged me to leave the city, and that's how I ended up with this group of people, essentially. but like the urges coming from the pearl are growing stronger, and I don't know if this is like attached to a person or who the person is that gave this to me or anything else. And I was hoping maybe I could get some information about it. If it has any information attached to it.
And really quick, no, you say stranger, pearl given before adoption, or like before the orphanage, or after, like when you were a kid?
Just kind of recently-ish, within the past couple of years. So, like, I'm recently of age for Jeptoniers. So this was kind of my opportunity to leave because I'm considered an adult now. I never was adopted, so I didn't really have anything to leave behind. So I just kind of followed a pearl. That sounds a little insane.
He's like, not at all. He's like, do you remember anything about this stranger? Did they say anything to you?
Do I remember anything about this stranger?
I don't know, do you?
I don't know, do I?
I don't know, what do you want to do?
It seems we've reached an impasse. No.
No, I remember nothing about this stranger.
Yeah, well,
I don't really remember anything specific. I'm assuming that means that they blended in, so similar color to everyone else, similar height, because I'm sure if there was something odd that stuck out about him, I'd probably remember.
It's gonna be, you do remember that they were at least another Jeptunier, on the more mature side, which is where the pearl and the messages speak to you. In more than just literally just, this was given to you by another Jeptunier, you know, and
yeah,
it means a lot, even though it's a stranger you don't remember. But Stormdree's going to, admire this, just the symbolism of this to you. But he's gonna be like, yeah, let me see what I can find out from it. And he's going to take it in his hands and, essentially close his eyes. You are welcome to roll insight if you want.
Sure. Nothing bad can happen, right?
No.
It's just getting worse every roll.
Wow.
Eventually it has to go up, right? Get all the bad rolls out of the way now.
Yeah, let's go with that.
That's just, yeah. That's how random numbers work.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You hit every number. That's how it always works, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Not just the low ones. That'd be insane.
So you see him essentially go into a trance-like state. But also there's shiny things that you see around you, so you...
Sounds about right.
Yeah, you stop looking deeply and trying to read him, and we're just like, oh, that's a pretty necklace, and... but eventually he does come out of it. And he's gonna sit there and ponder for a while. And he's gonna be like, what do you know of Jeptunier authority or royalty?
Just the basics that get provided education-wise. It's not like I've ever met anybody, even remotely, tangentially associated. Like,
he's gonna be like, well, I had difficulty. Whoever gave this to you knows how to handle some memories, or, in some way handle memories, but very crudely, not as thoroughly practiced. And he's like, so what I did see, I couldn't quite tell if it was the pearl's owner itself, or if it was just something the pearl was along for. But and he's like, between the pearl and my own memory, there's a theater in Tirnalfheim that has a Jeptunir cast, and one of the main cast members was the main character of this memory. I couldn't tell if they were on stage or if they were just practicing or if it was a private show. But that figure is extremely prominent to this pearl.
Interesting. And that's the only thing that's really associated with it?
That's the strongest one that I can tell. It's definite. This pearl is most definitely linked to your heritage, to your culture. It is very deeply rooted in Jeptunir ways. Now, what the symbols, what this means, what this symbolizes, I could not discern that. I do apologize. I'm not versed in Jeptunir. And in the there's a word, not culture, not religion. In Jeptunir practices, I do apologize about that, but there is definite meaning behind you receiving the pearl.
So this wasn't just like a rando giving me a pearl. This was meant for me then.
The odds of it being you being randomly picked are very low.
Okay. Thank you so much for your help.
You are very welcome, my lady.
Okay. With that, I'm gonna bid him good night, give him another surprise hug, and I'm gonna go find Cravat and make sure he's still alive.
As you jump up and give him a hug, you're just gonna be like, oh. Thank you.
Personal space.
Okay, surprise.
Surprise attack. Of kindness.
Really stop being surprised by that, huh?
Yeah, okay.
Cool. I'm gonna go back to where Cravat is and see if the gloom is still left and he's okay, and check in with Hassad and Ruben.
Yeah, is the gloom still on?
The gloom is still on.
Oh.
Perfect.
Well, Hassad, right outside the gloom area, just looks to Ruben and thinks, and says, "Hey, don't know about you, but I'm getting a bit antsy about this. Maybe we should, I don't know, go in there and poke him to see if he's still alive."
Sure. I guess you go first. Let's go.
Right.
I just keep dancing lights up as we walk. And I'll just be right behind Hassad.
Yeah, Hassad's just gonna walk into the big gloom area, hopefully relying on his dark vision to make his way through without stumbling over things.
So, Carbot, from your point of view, you just see these lights starting to swirl around and mistake them for the dead lights coming down the cave. Sorry, kidding. Disregard. As characters, disregard.
Well, I knew my time was going to come eventually.
The glamour is here.
I always thought the light at the end of the tunnel would smell less like meat.
Hey, Carval, is that you?
Oh,
Snow once for yes, snow twice for no.
Are you hurt?
Hold on, and just gonna take my sword, which I'm still using as a cane, and just the hilt end.
Oh.
Come on. Just poke him twice.
Hey, I'm still here.
Are you asleep?
No, I mean, not quite. Sort of. Not anymore. What's up?
Are you
No,
hurt?
What's going on?
Yeah, we just saw that you were kind of in this big, dark, glooming, horrible area for a while, and we just thought we'd check in on you.
Yeah, Oleander set that up for me so I could relax for a bit. My head hurt, but feeling a little better at least. thanks for bravely rescuing me from the darkness.
Do you want a berry?
Yeah, sure. You got
Okay.
any strawberries?
No, just I mean, this is DM's discretion. Can I turn good berry into a strawberry? I cast it at the beginning of the day and they were berries, but can I alter it?
Make it look a lot like a strawberry.
You can certainly try. I will allow an Arcana check.
Alright. Arcana 17.
You actually managed to make it look like a strawberry.
Okay. I hand you a strawberry. And I kind of pull out of my pocket. Hassad would probably notice this more than maybe you, because you're kind of lying on the ground, and Oleander's also lying on the ground.
I
But
don't know if Oleander's there at the moment.
Oleander
I'm on my
hugged
way
you.
back.
Yeah,
I
Oleander's
thought
heading
you-
back.
Strawberry. I hugged
Oh, you hugged
Strawberry.
Yeah,
Strawberry.
you hugged
Okay.
strawberry.
Yeah,
Strawberry.
Strawberry got a couple hugs. Okay.
All right, yeah, I take a berry, and Hassad, you just kind of noticed as it was originally like a small berry, and then it kind of grows in size and looks to be a strawberry, and I just hand it to Karvat. I say, here.
Goodness, he can increase the size of portions.
Plot twist. It doesn't taste like a strawberry.
You said
And
it
the
looks
center's
like a
hollow, but
strawberry.
you don't tell them.
Yeah. Thanks.
It looks like a strawberry.
Strawberry.
Interesting berry.
Carlot's just being really polite. He says, "Oh yeah, it tastes amazing."
Sure does taste like the berry part.
Yeah, despite when you eat it, though, you are now full. And if you have any missing HP, which I don't think either of you do, you go up by 1.
You get this warm feeling, like when you're drinking hot cocoa, but also some of the fog in your mind that was built up with your interaction does start dissipating. You do get some clarity.
Oh, yeah, that actually helped a lot. Thank you. That was, I think, just kind of exactly what I needed. Not all the way there, but certainly a lot better. Yeah, thanks.
Ah, good.
Delicious berry.
That was a good berry you gave him there, Ruben. A real good berry.
Bounce.
So, what were you talking about the memory priest with?
I mean, sort of like what we started talking about earlier. I don't really remember a whole lot about myself, so I was hoping the memory priest might be able to remember some for me. I guess I don't really know how that works, but apparently I can read memories like a memory priest, but that didn't help a whole lot with the whole me part of it. Found out a little bit, but basically, Strundry said we should probably go to Tyr Nelfheim if I want to find out more. There's more experienced priests there. Strundry's a little new, I guess, a little more of an initiate priest.
So we just got to go up the chain to help you? All right, well.
I guess so. He said his mentor is Master Vazrin. He's in he's assigned to the Hall of Memory in Tyr Nelfheim.
Back at this point, because I was walking back over. Am I hearing any of this?
Yeah.
Roll me an active perception.
Hassad, did you see something? I could have sworn there was something out there.
The gloom is still on, okay? You hear muffled voices and you eventually find them.
Hold on.
You did hear Tyr Nelfheim, but that's it.
Okay.
Ruben, I think you're right. I think we're not alone here.
Can
You
Holy
guys
God.
may also roll perception real quick.
Can
out
I
of morbid
poke them
curiosity.
in the back of the neck since they don't know I'm here and scare them? Just like,
I will allow a roll up. You may roll sleight of hand or
Have fun
sneak.
against that.
You must be a 19.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
So close. So
I got
close.
Hassan though.
You guys.
So yeah, Ruben, you heard,
Too
you
paranoid.
heard her, felt her. Yeah, your paranoia level was high,
It's
But
just super on edge
you-
from being in the dark.
right? So she doesn't
With her
quite sneak up on you, but she still, still takes you by a little bit of surprise because you weren't sure who it was. Hassan, however, zero idea.
It's like when you put a cucumber near a cat and then
Yup.
those videos.
That's exactly what I was going for.
So Hassad leaps up, climbs the tallest object that is around, says, "Blade whiskers, by the gods!" and just sort of takes his sword and starts flailing it around while he's hanging at the top of something very high up.
A DM
Don't worry,
note
I've got you.
here. DM note. Right before Hassad yelps and gets into the tree, that's when the gloom lifts.
Look out, Reuben! Guard your eyes! Guard your eyes!
Ah!
I'm blind!
Just covering his face.
So at this point, can Hassad see that Oleander's there?
Yeah.
Oleander, look out! There's something here with us!
That was me. I gotcha. Surprise.
Are you sure? Right,
I'm very sure that it was me.
I knew that.
Yes. I'm very glad that you have such good reflexes.
You know, it's gotta be on guard for everything, right? Reuben, stop covering your eyes. We're looking silly right now. Come on, of course it was obviously Oleander.
My hands. Oh, I saw you come in earlier.
See, Reuben, saw you. We were good all along.
This is really spooky out. You guys just want to go inside where it's safer and not in the middle of a dark forest at night?
Enough. I guess
Like-
so.
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
All right,
Oh, we gotta get inside before whatever was really out here gets us.
yeah, I'll probably kind of like lead everyone to the house that we have that everyone said we could live in, so we're not bothering the memory priest.
I'm gonna pat Carvat on the back and be like, I'm glad to see that you're looking better.
yeah, I think I just needed to sit down. The gloom really helped. It kept those two from bothering me for almost 10 minutes before they poked me with a stick.
I figured it would keep them at bay a little bit. They seem to be a little bit of scaredy cats.
Yeah.
Who are you calling her? I say, I resemble that remark, I do. In fact, what's even a cat? Is that like a
Sorry,
chink
scaredy
of
linted. Better, scaredy linted.
Oh, get your terminology right.
Jeez.
My bad.
Scaredy cat analog. There we go.
So what did the priest end up telling you about that pearl?
That it probably wasn't random is kind of the key piece of information here. He doesn't really know if that the memory that was attached to the pearl was supposed to be attached to the pearl, but it was some type of like practice for a performance that's related to the royal family, for the Jeptoniers.
Does that mean that you're royalty?
I don't know. But whoever handled it probably dealt with the royalty at the very least.
You don't know why they gave it to you in the first place? Maybe it.
No, I've never known my family. I never got adopted. So I doubt it's not any known family connection that I would know. Um, which is why it was weird that the pearl was given to me. And like I don't remember much about them, so that means they blended. All I remember is that they were older, but they were also Jeptanir, which kind of fits with it. Um, but the memory priest isn't a Jeptanir, so he also couldn't tell me the meaning of like what was being practiced. Um, so
Weird.
it didn't really answer anything too much. Just kind of gave me more questions. Because the pearl kind of speaks to me, and that
Come
connection.
again?
No,
What?
it's
It
like a
speaks to
Yeah, it's a telepathic link. So it like urged me to leave Jeptanir territory, right? And like strike out on my own, and that there was something for me to do outside of, not necessarily like speaking to me, but I've got some link to this pearl, right? Which is why I wanted answers. But that connection's kind of deepening the longer that I have this pearl. So,
Can I see the pearl, I ask?
sure, I'll hand over the pearl.
I want to cast my 1-day use of fast casting for ritual.
Okay.
Which just lets me cast it at its normal time, so it's just an action to cast detect magic.
Okay.
So I want to kind of like open out my my recipe book and place the pearl on top of it and kind of just swirl some dust around it. And I
Oleander,
want
you're
to.
suddenly afraid he's gonna make it into a snack.
You're not making food, right?
No,
Okay.
Can you eat a pearl?
I mean, if you put a little salt on it, I'm sure.
Not this
It
one.
might be a little crunchy.
I mean, I've seen some pearl-like things on cakes before, but no. I kind of want to figure out what magic it might be giving off. You talk like if it's giving off anything like weird, like divination or like um uh enchantment or some sort of other magic.
You do sense magic coming from it. It in itself is not magical, but it is magically imbued with the purpose of directing select individuals to do specific things. That there is some greater force behind the pearl.
Pearl of Destiny.
I'm gonna roll an insight check for myself to see how I interpret this.
I started talking and was like, oh shit, I should have made him work for it. But yes.
Yeah, because I want to. This is just because I want to see which way I take this as, because I have two ways in my head. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah,
I got.
You got it.
So, I tell Oleander. So it looks like this pearl seems to be guiding you somewhere. So it's got to be. So we should follow it. It's got to be good.
I mean,
Wait.
maybe.
Wait.
But it could also be guiding me to my death.
Oh,
Like-
it's can't be guiding you to your death. It's just a pearl.
Royal
But
sacrifice.
it's
don't
guiding
normally
me.
Pearls don't normally speak there, Ruben.
What do you mean I mean, yeah, they don't speak, but I mean, neither does this one. It's just guiding. Haven't you ever I mean, you could probably use one of these, Assad. Or no, not you, sorry, Oleander.
I was going to say, what you trying to say then?
I mean, Oleander. They're really good at, I mean, I've seen like magical tinkerments and stuff that help people kind of just guide around town, just finding locations that they get lost.
But this already has like a location programmed in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what about, like, I mean, you have that one spell that literally showed Karvat and Hazad where to get a 10B.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
That was helpful.
But we don't know
Along
who
with the
put the
other 10.
spell on it, which seems slightly concerning. But whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, I
we
feel like
followed
it's...
we followed that
We-
because we know Oleander. We at least trust her not to. Well, granted, she
We-
did lead us to a 10B, but we were trying to find one.
Right.
I mean, if you have a pearl that's just guiding you to... Where was it? Where did the memory priest tell you? I mean, it took you out here, and then you kind of found us.
The pearl told me to leave. I got kind of sort of lost, and that's how I found Hassad. Well, once I got to real roads out of the water. I can navigate water, okay?
Maybe it's telling you to bring it back to its owner or something.
I mean, maybe, but wouldn't that mean that potentially it's like Jeptonir royalty? And why was it given to me if there's a person that was dealing with Jeptonir royalty in the first place?
It could have been stolen, and now you're returning it.
I mean,
Maybe, but also, why was I told to leave Jeptonir territory?
either way, there's only one way to find out, unless you just want to get rid of it.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
No,
you got all of us to come with you, so.
I guess we're gonna follow
Precious.
the pearl then.
I see Jeptonir in the Dark Realm every once in a while. They're not super
Yeah.
common.
Yeah, that's true.
Why, just a second. So before we follow this pearl off the nearest cliff or through the next river, where exactly is it telling you to go now, Oleander?
Yes. Where is it telling me to go? I don't
Let's
know.
at least figure that out first, yeah.
I'm
Go
assuming it's just giving me a direction, not like.
I'll allow either insight or a history check. Or Arcana. I mean, yeah.
Or Arcana? We're gonna go with that because at least we have modifier on that one. Motherfucker.
Can I
It
guess
was
guidance?
giving you the general direction of north, and here in Alfheim is currently north of you guys. You don't know this yet, but it just says north.
All I know is north, but I missed like half the conversation because I came up on it. But you need the capital then, Carvat?
Yeah.
Which direction is the capital?
It's northeast. No, northwest.
So in theory, if we go north, we
There's
two
also-
Chicka-birds,
Go
one
north by
stone.
northwest.
Yeah, we can head north
I mean,
first, and then
I
head
also
over
have
west.
to return to the capital as well. I mean, that's where my school is. I've been wanting to send a raven the past 2 days, but I mean, they don't have them here in town.
Yeah. So it sounds like capital then. What exactly did I miss out of the conversation before I showed up? Just
Oh,
the recap.
yeah, no, I talked with Strundry about me, and then he tried his best and found out some stuff, but basically he said if I want to find out more, I have to go talk to his mentor in Tirnalfheim.
Okay.
But wasn't there bandits here? Do we need to do something about them?
Are bandits also north? We found
I
out
think
that they
they're,
were
like-
north, weren't they?
I think they're like here. Like,
Very
nearby.
variably north. It was you guys head back to the river and go north on the river.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
right at
Okay,
the-
so bandits
right at the
capital follow Pearl?
We'll just follow the river to the capital.
Yeah.
Well, I did promise that I'd keep an eye on all of you until we could figure out what your problem was. So, looks like you're still stuck with me for a bit longer.
On that note, though, do you need a letter of introduction to his mentor? That way, like, he knows that you're being recommended by Strawberry?
Oh.
Strandry.
I'm just
Uh,
sticking with it now.
Yeah.
I mean, even just knowing Stramwort Jerry's name, I don't think most people probably don't know a lot of other memory priests, and let alone travel such far lengths that I think we're going to be going.
No,
Especially
I
people
know.
named Strategery. That's just not a normal name.
Well, no, I know that, but I'm assuming because they're in the capital, they're probably busy and highly sought after,
I guess
right?
it might not. It might hurt.
Having a letter of introduction might get you the time that you need and give the basis of the problem, because he might be able to explain it differently than what you experience. Since he is a memory priest, it might make it a little easier.
It's a very good idea. I didn't. Yeah, no, that's a great idea. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't especially want to go to Tirnalfheim in the first place, so.
Yeah. I think that's understandable.
I mean, it's such a nice town, though.
There's just a lot of people.
Yeah.
I also caught like whispers that you might have abilities of some sort. Is there like a training guide? That way you can work on your stuff?
A training guide?
Well, okay, if
Stremberry...
memory priests and whatnot have to go through training, I'm assuming there's like Memory Priest 101.
Somebody has to teach
the like memory
Stremberry
stuff.
how to do things.
Oh, are you saying that Cravat's a memory priest? I guess that that still won't make sense. I'm still on. I think he's a. No, not. I forget what they're called. I can't remember what they're called.
Well, I briefly heard that he has the abilities of, not that he is one, right?
Yeah.
But they have to train the abilities for memory priests. So potentially you could train your abilities and make it a little easier if you accidentally touch something.
That would be very nice to not just fall into that all the time. But the guy we're recommended to is the guy that trained.
I think Cravat might be a chronomancer.
That's a big word. I am proud of you.
Some words.
I mean, potentially, but that doesn't mean that he can do some basic control training. That way he might be able to do something further with it once we reach there.
I think we can talk to, we can talk to Vazrin when we get there.
Who?
The memory guy in
Oh, yeah.
He's the guy,
for sure.
He's sort of the trainer that trained Stick Tree.
Yeah, Stremberry.
Stremberry.
And I think I'm. Maybe you can ask one of my professors, and I'm telling you guys, it's got to be Chrono Man, sir. I think maybe someone in your past, or maybe a part of you, is like a sorcerer or something.
Maybe. I've never done magic before. I mean, before, not counting the stuff with the ring, but that's different.
Well,
what do you call that thing where you throw your dagger and then you never threw your dagger? Is that not magic?
I feel like that's magic.
Not really
I feel
magic.
like that's magic.
I just don't remember throwing the dagger.
I mean, look, I can't do that, and I throw my sword.
Look, you got halfway there.
I mean, isn't he potentially absorbing abilities as he deals with them, though? Which...
Can I roll sleight of hand real quick? For my mage hand.
You may. Hassad, you may contest with a perception.
Okay, let's...
Can I cast... Wait, can I also do perception as well?
I mean, what?
Because I would like to assist. I would like to assist with the enemy.
Oh,
yeah. Let's. Yeah.
You may roll with advantage, Hassad.
Oh, I don't see it either.
No.
Yeah, so I use my...
You're doing really well today.
I mean, I have a weird version of Mage Hand anyways, so... Yeah, it's more of just me also just remembering that you didn't quite throw your sword in the first place. You still didn't make it.
Still didn't make it.
I'm very curious, Kassad, would that mean that you just throw your sword again?
So my sword just sort of reverbs back into my hands. See,
Yeah,
I didn't just throw that.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder with other stuff, but I'm working on that.
I said I didn't just throw that. But
yeah, see? You got the hang of it.
Because I didn't, but...
See, it's not that hard.
See,
I
this
think
is
I
what
need to
mean-
have a seat.
This is what I mean by I think he's altering time.
Am
But-
I his sword?
I mean,
Am I
potentially,
Carvot now?
but he's just remembering it not being thrown based off what he said.
But
So is
why
he
are-
altering time or is he altering memories?
Oh no, but why are we also remembering it too then?
It is very confusing.
Oh no. If I'm Carvot, what happened
But
to all of
that's
my
why-
muscles?
That's why I'm saying, especially if he has the ability to see memories. What if he's just got the ability to like copy other powers, or pieces of him have had those powers and he's unlocked them by having the memories of these people?
I don't want to be Carvot. I like being good with money.
Hey, I'm all the way back up to some money again. So we'll have to find something to spend all of it on.
Oh my God.
I still have to sell, I think, those tiger eyes as well, and also maybe we can either sell some of those stones at the potion shop, or perhaps I can try to make maybe a potion out of them myself. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that'd be interesting.
But I guess that means that we're going to the capital tomorrow. Is there anything else that, well, we're not going to the capital. We have to go
Well,
to,
Bandits Capital Pearl.
Bandits and then
wasn't it
travel.
Brigands? I heard.
Whatever.
Brigands.
Ready?
Yeah,
I'm just
whatever.
remembering it as BCP. Bandits Capital Pearl. BCP.
We gotta
Right,
So
find
are
ways-
brigands like not bandits and are actually some sort of soldiers? or
No,
something?
brigands are kind of mostly bandit adjacent. You know, they are all kind of criminal scum.
Okay.
Don't worry.
And
they-
also, Oleander, I want to say for the record, I said north-ish.
Yeah.
I do think
Well,
that
I
we
mean, if the Pearl doesn't lead
I
to
mean,
the
she also rolled
capital,
pretty bad, so
Yeah.
I do think that we
is a fair direction for the capital.
You know, definitely
Wait.
not south.
But what are we gonna do once we capture them all? Or if we can. I don't even know. There could be a whole army of them when we get there.
capture or murder.
We shouldn't
Well,
murder
what-
people.
Once we get
Sorry,
there,
self-defense.
Assad puts a calming arm on Ruben. Don't worry, Ruben. We're gonna get there. Gonna say, hey, gonna order you to lay down your arms or lay down your life. Stop committing crimes. And then, Bob's your uncle, they surrender. And if they don't,
We'll have
Betty's
to
your
play it
aunt,
by
they're
ear.
dead.
Hey.
And don't worry, once again, it's not murder because I'm a realm guard and those brigands are breaking the law.
Yeah, they're
So
all
if they
kidnapping
assault a realm
people.
guard, you my deputies, are in your rights to defend yourselves. But it's not going to come down to that because they're going to see us and know that okay, the law has come for them.
as law-abiding
Uh-huh.
brigands.
Right. Trust me, if there's one thing I know about criminals, it's that they. No, well, I can't say that they all surrender the same, but you know, they all see the pointy end of the sword with the same sort of worry.
Okay. I guess I mean, there's enough of us here, and maybe we can put on a display of power. I mean,
I mean, look, Carvot can throw things and then they'll just never have been thrown or something like that. You can make your little dancing lights. Oleander can make them question their life decisions and feel like they've never been responsible at all in their lives. And you know me, well, look at me.
all right.
It's a good thing Hassad doesn't have form of dread. That would also be equally as amazing.
Ruben, do you happen to have a mortar and pestle that I can use tonight while everyone's sleeping?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Actually, let's go ahead and pause for a break. So, just about like a 5-minute break. We will be right back with the overnight shenanigans.
After
Yeah.
these
There might be some
I think-
beef jerkinoffla left over.
I think I still have one more night where I don't have to sleep.
After everything you did, you do.
All right.
All right. Be right back. But yeah, so you guys are going into the wee hours of the night.
Yep.
Yeah, take it away. Oleander said something about shrimp. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, I gave Oleander my Morton pestle, and then I kind of just took out my cookbook and just kind of started reading and writing down some notes before just kind of like just getting tired and laying in a bed.
Well, they might be closed right now, but I want to go scope out the local potion shop just to see if I could get some healing potions for us. It's going to be a long trip. We might not always have the best time to rest up.
I'd be surprised if you can find any potions out here, but you should probably talk to the mayor now.
Right, Cesius? Certainly,
Yeah.
might be able to supply us. Okay. Good idea, Ruben. See, this is why I made you my deputy.
I've never been. Well, that's not true. I have been a deputy before.
The last time I made you deputy?
No. My sister, she was a deputy. Well, she was the head of the town guard, and she's made me a deputy before.
Oh, really? You never mentioned that.
Yeah.
What's your sister like? She was a town guard, you say?
Yeah, she was a town guard. I mean, she eventually like left home and became an adventurer. But I mean, I guess she's a confident person. Kind of, I guess, a funner person, more social than I me.
You antisocial?
She's
you
got
were the life of the
Piers.
party.
He's got. Yeah, well, I mean, I wasn't always. I was a bit of a shy kid. Kind of stayed in the kitchen when I didn't have to take orders. But yeah,
Well,
I mean,
why did she leave the life of a town guard? If I may ask. You said to become an adventurer, but for what?
she's a bit of a thrill seeker and just kind of found, apprehending local shoplifters to be kind of boring.
I can see, I can see how that might get a bit dull. But what about you? You ever think about going off and adventuring the world with her? Once you finish your studies, of course.
Well, to be honest, I was kind of, I mean, with everything all messed up, I don't really know what I want to do, but I mean, when I graduate, I was thinking of kind of working at a kitchen somewhere in like a large town or something. And maybe save up enough money to buy my own restaurant or something.
Ooh. I can see it now. Rubens.
Maybe even kind of doing the cover story that you kind of told me to say, where I kind of travel around. Maybe I don't know.
Right, you name it Robbins. Right.
I mean, I'm not sticking necessarily to that name.
No, it's so you.
But I don't know. Just something like that. Who knows? I still have to check back in with my family, see how they've been. To ask my dad how the restaurant's doing.
You're more concerned with asking how the restaurant's doing and not saying, "Hey, Mom, Pa," it's kind of shanghaied by a teacher.
I mean, I don't really want to tell them about that until I get it kind of more straightened out.
I mean,
why make them worry, right?
Well, for one thing, as someone who has parents, they always worry about you.
Like, I guess as Assad says that, I kind of just look over at Oleander to see if she's like reacting to that at all.
Carvat just holds up with a single finger, is like, I guess.
I speak from my authority as a parent haver.
The only other person in the group that has parents.
They're gonna worry about you either way. And quite frankly, would you want them to not worry about you if it came down to something like this?
I mean, it's not like they can do anything. They're all the way in the Dark Realm.
Fair
really
point.
quick, I just want to state the DM is looking the other way if the other players shots fired back and forth.
What do you mean? Am I missing something?
No, Ruben is not. Ruben is Ruben.
I'm so lost. Anyway.
You know what? I'm gonna cast gloom on an object in between the two of them.
Ruben and Hassan?
Yup.
So there's a bush that starts spewing out gloom.
Well, aren't we inside, like, at the house
Oh, that's
at this
right.
point?
Yeah.
I don't know, the indoor
I'm
bush.
assuming there's like a table or chair or
Indoor
a
bush.
bowl on a table or something.
The potted plant that's on that's on the table starts spewing out gloom.
Spirits among us. Guard your eyes, Ruben. I got this one.
Can I kind of like scoop it up with Mage Hand and then just chuck it out the window?
You can? She casted it on the object.
It's spewing dark shadows. I just kind of like Ruben will freak out, snap his fingers as the golden hand kind of just swooshes up, grabbing it. The windows aren't open. I assume.
Carval will use his mage hand to just like catch it and move it around the two of them for a little bit. Just...
And with that, I'm just gonna stop gloom. Like, what are you guys freaking out about?
Oh, Leander, whatever you do, don't make any sudden movements. I think we're not alone. I know you tried to keep the peace by claiming it was you last time, but this time it's gotta be something else.
I roll another insight because I trust you. There it is. 17. Oh, I don't trust you.
She's acting suspicious.
I do not trust you.
You perceived the heck out of her last time. Say, hold on a second.
He's secretly a ninja, obviously.
Oh, I'm like, wait. Oh, that must have been. Hassad, it was just magic. Don't worry about it.
It's just us parentless people over here in the corner.
We have to amuse ourselves somehow without this lack of love.
Oh, are you upset about that? I wasn't sure. I mean, you guys are cool.
I mean, I didn't mean to offend either of you. I know your guys' pasts are complicated.
No, it's just more fun this way.
Yeah. No, yeah.
We can't. I'll have to participate somehow.
Well, I mean,
I'm contributing.
why don't you tell us what the orphanage was like growing up then?
I mean, they actually put money into the system for the Jeptoniers. So it was clean, I was well fed, I was educated. It's not like it was bad. It just, I know nothing about anything. You know what I mean?
I guess.
And I was always a little bit different than the other kids, so it's not like I grew close to any of the other kids in the orphanage. And adults don't want to be friends with kids. So...
I mean, could you always summon that tentacle?
Not always. But I was able to start summoning it while it was still there, which probably didn't gain me any additional help there, right?
I'd be surprised that you'd be an outcast. You kind of seem very social and friendly.
I guess so. I mean, that's who I am as a person, but I think that's more people weren't social with me, and I don't want others to feel left out. Right? I know how it feels to be left out. And people are supposed to be different. So why would I exclude somebody because they're different?
Carvat, do you have like multiple memories of family, or
No, I don't. I have, well, I have some memories of families that died from earlier in the garden. That's not ideal. And then, yeah, that's most of them right now that I can think of.
all right, yeah, let's Ruben's getting tongue-tied trying to think of not dead parents.
Hassad's not wrong, though. If you have people that care about you, they're going to care no matter what.
I mean, yeah,
even if it's just an update saying that you're safe even though you're not at school, it'd probably be appreciated, because you may think they're in the dark realm, but if they don't hear from you or they get told that you're no longer attending school, doesn't mean it's going to stay that way.
I mean, you make friends everywhere you go. Well, not friends, sorry. You make family everywhere you go. That's at least what my father used to say.
I think that's true of people that put effort into it and are genuine, right?
People like you.
Yeah, people like, I think, all of us, right? Because are you really going to form a connection that's lasting with somebody who you can't trust or lies to your face or anything like that? Probably not.
Well, I mean, I kind of have, but I mean, they're my sister
Your sister lied to your face?
all the time.
I mean, like, lying in a... Oh, there's something on the ceiling if somebody wrote gullible on the roof, or lying in a... Ruben, stop looking up. or lying in something like a serious way.
Oh, I mean, usually it would just be in a harmless way. I mean, a lot of the time she was just trying to get me to be a bit more social.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like inviting me to things and stuff. And then it turns out it's a huge party.
That would be stressful.
Or telling me that we're going out to go walk the perimeter and then bringing me on a surprise hunting trip.
That might be a bit more of a dangerous, serious sort of lie, but yeah, those are just most part that sounds like the kind of simple lies that siblings might tell you.
There was also the one time that she brought me when she was doing an investigation on Mrs. Willow, because she was saying that she was a witch or something, and then we had to break into her house.
You what?
She turned out to be horribly wrong, and Mrs. Willow just had a ton of cats.
Like a ton of what? A ton of what?
A ton of cats?
What in the whiskers is a cat?
You've never seen a cat before? I prestidigitation a cat in front of him. So, like, it's only in my hand. It's not very big.
Assad swats. Just
no, do not want.
It's really just a small lintet.
get that out of here.
Old Lady Willow is just running a lintet orphanage in her basement. It sounds creepy.
Yeah, she thought
Yeah.
she was a witch because there was a bunch of noise at night and no one knew what it was coming from.
I feel like
Except her
that's
house.
something you could have just asked.
I wasn't leading the investigation.
No, I know this. I don't know. It seems like your sister probably didn't appreciate who you just kind of naturally are. Sounds like she was outgoing and adventurous, and no offense, that's not who you are. You're helpful and you're kind, but you're introverted. You do not like confrontation.
Not particularly. It's terrible. I mean, I'm just glad I didn't have to break up any bar fights.
I think I would pay to see that, but no.
not
Yes.
to dredge up old traumatic memories, but yeah, just look at how you and Hassan met.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with 1 or 2 bar fights, and as long as there's somebody there to put an end to them, that is you aren't the place, and
Question: did you have friends at school?
At school, yeah, I had friends.
Well, your plan is to have a restaurant or like a food cart or something, and you're very introverted. You don't have the social battery to deal with. Who's running the front of the house for your food?
Who's
one of
running
your
the
friends
what?
gonna the front of the house, like the dining room if it's like a restaurant, or talking to customers to take orders.
yeah, your
Right?
maitre d'.
Yeah,
I don't know.
because I mean, it makes sense that you'd be making the food. You make delicious food, and
Yeah.
then you wouldn't have to deal with the customers, but somebody has to.
I know, but all of them also want to be in the kitchen back with me.
Oh well, okay, that's a fair point. I was just wondering if there was somebody, because that kind of feels like a key piece to your plan here.
I guess I'll have to figure that out then.
Hey guys, are we opening a bar?
We open I should probably start maybe saving money now.
Whatever you
I
do,
don't know.
don't give Carvot the money then.
Wow, you guys.
Parvat's
you
gonna be
one-
security.
I buy
Assad
you
will be
one
front of
nice
house.
thing.
Well, why does he get to be security?
You want security skulking in the shadows,
I-
not wanting to be seen.
I mean, don't worry, guys. It's just a pipe dream. It's getting late. Shouldn't we go to bed? I mean, I know you're not tired, Oleander.
Yeah. After that dizzy spell, especially, I'm like wide awake.
I could be security.
Assad, we could be security together.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there. You'd be great security.
Right,
Give
I
him
would
like
be.
little head scratches.
You bet I would be.
And with that, he curls up and falls asleep.
Stop. Halt.
Just starts kicking his foot.
Freeze, criminal scum.
Oh, he's resting in his sleep.
Amazing. Alright, it is up to you guys. Do you guys want to keep going into the morning, or do you want to bookmark here for the night?
I was gonna go do sneaky things in the night while they were asleep, but
We can do that. And
I'm also fine going a little longer.
Okay.
I gotta
Um,
work in the morning, so maybe not too much
Yeah.
longer, but I'm good for a bit.
yeah.
well, my recommendation would
If you want to
be...
finish Oleander sneaky stuff or something, that would be good.
My recommendation would be, how about you know what your sneaky stuff is that you want to do, and let's pick this up next episode. So to be
Okay.
transparent, I don't want to drag you guys out, but I want to drag you guys out a little bit, because just a reminder, both these campaigns are narratively tied, and events need to happen. Okay. So if you guys get too far ahead of yourselves, we'll need to pause for events to catch up.
Yay, beach
For
episode.
reasons I
Filler.
can't
Where's our filler?
specify.
It looks like there's like a lake on the way to Tirnalfheim. I'm thinking beach episode.
Yes.
Oh no, we've got to deliver the curry of life to the village next door.
Beach trip. We're a slice of life anime, obviously.
We just found this onsen in the mountains. We'll have to
Man.
sit here and
Whatever will we do?
So, however you guys want to work it, that's just the reality. That you guys may be postponed for a week or two if you get too far ahead of yourselves.
there's too much risk of that. We spent this whole entire episode narrating like an evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many sessions did we segment into our throwing a feast side quest?
Three?
That was amazing, by the way, though. I just have to put that.
We didn't have to do that, but darn it, we did.
And we did it a lot.
And it was worth it, every second of it.
Yep, so worst case, you guys were postponed. But best case, it smoothly, hopefully, slides into place. But yeah, narratively tied to the first campaign. I'm sorry, guys. I absolutely meant to do that, but you guys aren't gonna know it yet. So, good luck with that.
I think I know.
You trust me. You think you know.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay. Surprise.
Throwing down the gauntlet.
Kiss the breeze. All right. So yeah, we'll bookmark there. And then another reminder, actively looking for players who want to play on some Wednesday night for the Aliens Free League system. So I'm going to start doing some games in that. It'll be in a couple, maybe in a couple of weeks. So if you are in my server, be sure to have your gamer tag in the Get Your Roles channel, so that way you can access the gamer area and let me know that you want to play. Like I said, still actively looking for players. And yeah, we'll see everyone Friday for the campaign 1, and next Monday to see what shenanigans Oleander's up to.
We're gonna get itching powder, and I know it.
It's okay.
Teaching
I'm
Ruben
pulling
another
Carvat
lesson.
on my shenanigans. It's fine.
Oh, like
no.
worse. See,
Oh,
this is why
okay.
you shouldn't have made fun of people without parents. Then you're gonna get Spider-Man facade.
Listen. I have Joseph in my other command, the other campaign, right? I have a shady shit song. It's gonna carry over to this one. Carvat is gonna be my partner in crime. I've already called it.
Carvat's already here for crimes, so let's go.
Our party's already dividing the goodies from the baddies.
Crime? What's that smell? Is it injustice?
Man, he is not gonna like Aya.
We have some sort of memory vampire and a warlock, and then a little schoolboy and a town guard. Yeah, I don't know how we thought this was gonna work.
Not just any town guard, like the guard from Oblivion level guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can just
Stop
only
right
hope.
there, criminal scum.
We can just only hope that he never gets arrows in his knees. He'll be done.
We done.
Just done.
Toast.
I
Eventually
don't
like you.
think Hassad is prepared for Aya and the chaos.
I don't even know what's happening.
I would say he.
Why are you carrying around a
probably
head?
wouldn't be able to handle Aya, but also if he were to actually try and handle Aya, his paws are too big.
That's a fair
Just-
enough.
Ow.
Where'd she go?
All right. So we'll see everyone Friday. And yeah, stay safe, stay nerdy. See y'all then. Bye.
Later days.